want to shout out to YouKnowIGotSoul, man. I love this website. It's awesome. You guys have always supported me, and I appreciate it.
Alright, You Know I Got Soul here with Bobby V. We just talked about the new movie you got coming out, Hollywood Hearts. You also got this album coming out along with it, which is the music featured in the movie. So tell us about the music and what we can expect.
Man, the music, man, I worked with Tim and Bob on the album, of course, but I worked with an upcoming producer named Emerson Brooks, who produced like Unbelievable, a couple tracks I released last year, and he's from Toronto. Amazing, upcoming producer, like R&B, futuristic. I feel like this album right here is like a futuristic, this is what R&B should be at right now. No disrespect to Usher and all of these guys, but I guarantee you this is the hottest R&B album of 2017. It's coming out in 2016. And people have put out some great R&B albums, a few people, but this album right here, this is the blueprint of where R&B is going and should be going.
Wow.
So the direction of it is amazing. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. I'm gonna actually let you get a couple samples off camera just so you can see, and it's just kind of, I look at it as kind of like futuristic R&B, man.
So I mean, Peach Moon was the last project. We love the kind of adult grown sound you had with that, you know, real groundbreaking for you, going back to kind of the roots. So it'll be totally kind of different than that style?
Oh, this is totally, Peach Moon will be here, Hollywood Hearts album will be here.
Yeah.
You heard the lead single, Hollywood Hearts.
Right.
Produced by Bob Robinson. The album is just like, it's so different. Working with Emerson Brooks for the majority of the album, he would take a vocal and make it sound like an instrument, you know, and the album is kind of like along that lines. It's just some up-tempo songs, but it's very, very kind of futuristic, and I'm just excited of how organic the album is and how organically it's gonna grow.
Right.
You know, and it sounds nothing like any album I've ever did, so it's awesome.
You know, we love this Kings of Love tour you were a part of earlier this year.
Yeah.
It was great that you paired up with a few different R&B singers from your generation, went out on the road. How was that experience for you?
Man, we actually just had a show this weekend in Philly, and it's great to just be able to do shows with cats that really sing. You know, shout out to Pleasure P, Jay Holiday. To be able to do shows with these guys, I love it. You know, they're real singers. They have a great show. And you know, the camaraderie amongst us is awesome too, because even though we're cool, we're trying to go out there and bust each other's ass every night. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to see who's gonna have the most panties thrown at us at the end of the night. So I love to perform with R&B singers, man. A lot of times you get paired with a lot of rappers, and the crowd is more rap oriented. But with us doing shows, this is a real R&B crowd. I'm able to bring my keyboard out, play a little bit. And you know, just be able to perform with some real singers. It's awesome.
How important was it to do that? Because a lot of artists are out there on their own trying to make it, but you guys pairing up, I thought that was really cool, and a lot of people responded well to it.
Yeah. It was good, man. I think that's what's wrong with R&B too. We're not coming together as much as we should, and I think that's what built rap and made rap as big as it is now. Is the artists all collaborated with each other. And we as R&B artists, we got to put our pride aside, and that's what we did for this tour. You know, we took less money, but we made it happen, you know, for a bigger cause, and that's to help bring R&B back to where it needs to be.
Right. And then just finally, how challenging is it for being an R&B artist of your generation? That's one thing that bothers us. It's like you got urban AC, then you got hip hop radio. It's like there's no middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
How challenging is it to make music in that?
It's very challenging. That's one reason why I want to do the movie, because I feel like that would be a better platform for me to put my music out, is if I have a nice movie to go with it, as well as throwing the songs in the movie. So a lot of the songs that's on the album are in the movie throughout. So it's definitely very hard, man. R&B is kind of like becoming a lost art. There's not even really new R&B artists coming out. What new R&B artists came out this year? Like most of the artists that come out are from previous years or older, you know? So I just feel like R&B is just in a state of where it needs to be, it needs to come back, because it's going to extinct. It's going to be extinct soon, because all the rappers are like singing. So as an R&B artist, we're in the studio like, oh man, maybe I need to make a song where I'm not really singing, but I'm kind of rap singing. And then you end up falling into a category to where you kind of rapping. And it's kind of hard not to do it when you're hearing every song like this, you know? So I feel like I said earlier, man, R&B cats start coming together more, start touring together more and really start just collaborating with each other, we can bring it back. Right. But it starts from guys that's at the top to, you know, mess with guys that's at every position to bring it back,
right.
You know?
You know, it's interesting, we see a lot of artists doing what you did many years ago, have a commercial single, then the album is a lot of traditional R&B, but right. You do that commercial single to get the attention. Yeah. We see a lot of people doing that nowadays, and we always think back to how you were doing that years ago, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. Talk about how you were doing that, and if that's still something you consider, like the radio single, and then...
Totally. Even on this album, I have a couple, I got maybe one commercial single, maybe two, but for the most part, I mean, you have to get people's attention.
Right.
You gotta go, and radio is what everybody's listening to, you know. Even like the Peach Moon Project, no songs really made radio, so a lot of people didn't know about the album. Now, if I had a commercial single to go with it, it might have, you know, a lot of people would have known about it. So you kind of have to, I guess, not really trick people in a sense, but you have to, that's how you have to get their attention, is to make a radio record. Then they know that the album is out. So it's like, oh, I like that single, let me go get the album. Then they hear the album because they like the single.
Right.
And then they're like, oh wow, this is what I like. But if you make a straight up R&B record, you're not gonna hear it on the radio.
Right.
Unless you go straight adult contemporary, you know. So for the mainstream, it's like, you really have to kind of conform. And if you don't conform, then, you know, your music won't get heard unless you go adult contemporary. And that's a whole different age bracket of people, you know.
Right. Anything you want to add?
Check out the movie October 8th, Hollywood Hearts, the soundtrack. My album will be out the same day as well. Make sure y'all go to iTunes and all your sites to get music and check it out. I guarantee you're gonna love the movie and the soundtrack. I love y'all. You know I got soul by BV. Let's get it.